welcome back to my channel. Just wanted to make a quick intro for this video, which is my dinner idea video. I have now released a breakfast one, a lunch one, and now a dinner one, and it has 4 dinner meals that I personally make, similar to the breakfast and lunch videos. So I hope you enjoy it, and let me know in the comments if you plan on trying any of these meal ideas. I do in the description box have the link to the mini meatloafs, which you'll see in the video. And then I also just have the full recipe for the coconut lentil curry. Someone sent me a screenshot of their recipe, so I just typed it out as that is easier. I will say that 2 of the recipes I'm actually taking out of my monthly rotation. So in the future, you'll probably see another dinner video idea with my newer meals, because I like to mix it up every now and then. And then in the video, you'll hear me say that I'm trying to bump up my protein in each of my meals. And some of the meals are a little bit lower in protein than I would like. And so I'm adding, kind of replacing those meals with higher protein ideas or meal ideas. So but for now, I hope you enjoy this video. Let me know in the comments below. Dinner idea is turkey sausage. It's actually turkey cheddar sausage with zucchini and with squash. I know you might be like, that's a weird combination. But back in 2020, I did a lot of these like stir fries, really just meat and vegetables. There's chicken sausages, Adele's, I think that's how you pronounce it, but they have like apple, chicken flavor, bacon, pineapple. So I got into the sausages a bit. I don't eat a lot of packaged meat. If you do find that your diet has a lot of packaged meat, then I definitely recommend maybe swapping this out for maybe a leaner meat. Get some chicken breast, chop that up, or ground turkey, some lamb, I don't know, whatever meats you like. But I am using the turkey cheddar smoked sausage and these 2 vegetables. And so I'm gonna chop them up, put them in the pan. I usually cook the vegetables first so they can soften, and then the sausage, I mean, there's not much cooking involved there, but you know, throw them in the pan afterwards, get the flavors mixed in. And yeah, that's it. And I use my typical seasonings. I am going to use some onion powder because I forgot I had some. So garlic powder, black pepper, salt, and some onion powder. And that'll be it. So I will show you how it looks along the way. But this is very quick and easy. I like quick and easy. So. Okay, apologies. I forgot to show you all how it looked while cooking. But again, I just chopped up the squash and the zucchini, put it in the pan, and just kind of stirred it around a bit till it got soft, like fork soft. And then I threw the turkey sausage in there. And let those flavors mix a bit, and then I divide them into the containers, and this is how it looks. I will say, I don't know if I mentioned this already, but it is, I don't know, it kind of looks like a budget a very budget friendly meal. Anytime there's like turkey sausage, and then this sausage has like cheese in it, so it's, yeah, it definitely is a budget type of meal. But you know what, I'm a girl on a budget, so that's another thing. I provide simple, easy, budget-friendly recipes. Granted, I just came up with this. Is very simple, but this is one kind of another dinner idea for you. Okay, so I almost forgot, but I wanted to record another dinner idea. I got this off of Pinterest, but it is mini meatloaves. I never was a big meatloaf fan, but you know, as I got older, I was like, I'm gonna just try a bunch of things, because I'm not a super picky eater. But there were some things back in the day I'm like, I don't really like that. But decided to give it a go. So mini meatloaves, it's very quick. You pretty much mush the ingredients together and then you put them into a muffin pan, bake it. While that's baking, you make the kind of meatloaf sauce. Take the meatloaf out of the oven, put the sauce on, put it back in the oven for, a few minutes, and then it's done. So very quick and simple. Y'all know I like the quick and simple. But here are the ingredients. So you need ground turkey, you need breadcrumbs. I just use Progresso. I'm sure you can use anything. So I already have the meat out thawing, but I just kind of wanted to show y'all. I just use the store brand, whatever, I don't really care. But I don't think I mentioned this, but I typically, when I first buy it, I cut it up so that I can weigh out 1 pound, because usually I just, for whatever recipe I'm using, is just 1 pound. You need 1 egg, onion, you need Dijon mustard, the ketchup, and the brown sugar. The Dijon mustard you'll use while you're mixing the meatloaf, but you'll also use that, the ketchup and the brown sugar, for the sauce. And I will show you that later, and I'll also show you how it looks in the muffin trays. Okay, so here's my muffin pan. I did put just like a little oil in the pans to help it not stick. I do think this is a non-stick pan, but I don't know, I just put it just in case. But this is how it looks. Let me turn the light on. This is how the meatloaf looks, everything together. You can pretty see the meat and the onions pretty well. But yeah, all the ingredients I've shown before are mixed in. Now they're put in muffin pans. And this will take me Monday. I'll eat it Monday through Friday. Wonderful. And so yeah, now about to put that in the oven at 350 for 15 minutes. Okay, so here are the meatloaves, the little mini meatloaves. And here is how the sauce looks. And so right now I just took it out the oven and it's cooled just a bit. And I'm just gonna soak up some of the grease a bit. Which doesn't have that much, but soak up a little bit, and then I'll put the sauce on, put it back in the oven, and then that'll be it. Okay, so the mini meatloaves are done. I've already put them into containers. I will make the vegetables for the rest of the week tomorrow, and then the baked potato I will just cook when I'm ready to eat dinner. Typically for a vegetable, I'll cook green beans is a popular one or the most common vegetable that I cook with the mini meatloaves. I did change it up because one day there weren't any green beans at the Kroger, so that was weird. But I've tried broccoli with it and asparagus, all very good. This time I'm trying green peas, which typically I like to get more of a leafy green. But trying peas just because I know there's a lot of protein in it, so giving that a go. But because I typically like things like green beans and broccoli, that probably won't last as long when I make the mini meatloaves again. But just trying to see what effect it has as far as my protein intake while I'm eating this meal. But once it's all finished and I'm ready to eat, I will show you the finished dinner. Here is the mini meatloaves, or the main meatloaves, with the green peas. And I typically just use half a baked potato. I think that's enough. Baked potatoes are so big, but yeah, this is the finished dinner for this week. So yeah, let me know if you try this recipe. I'll actually put this in the link below, since there are a bit more steps to how to make the mini meatloaves. Here are the ingredients for the coconut lentil curry dish that I eat pretty much once a month for dinner. It's so delicious. Oh my goodness. I used to put it over rice, but to get more protein and a little less carbs, since we have the lentils, I added ground chicken to it instead of the rice, and I think it tastes really good. First thing you put in the pot is butter, and then your onions, and then there's also garlic and ginger, which I forgot to take out the fridge. I will get that. And then once all of that cooks up, usually I season that, and my typical seasoning: salt, garlic powder, black pepper, and then obviously curry, turmeric, and I use cayenne too to give it a little kick. The kick is really good. I've seasoned that, and then once the onion browns, I add in everything else. So the lentils, the coconut milk, and the diced tomatoes. This time around, I'm actually just using half of the coconut milk, and then the other half I'll use Fairlife, just because coconut milk has a lot of fat in it, and I'm just trying not to go over my fat macro. So using only half of it. I know coconut is in the title, but you know, we're trying to meet these macros, and I'm sure it'll taste the same. So once I add all that in there, I usually let it cook for 15 minutes on low, and then I'll add the chicken to it since that'll already be cooked in a separate pan. I'll add that to it so it can get flavored and mixed in with the other ingredients, and then I'll usually put a little bit more seasoning, and then let it sit for another 15 minutes, and then that'll be good. I will split it out into separate containers so that I have it for the week. It usually makes about 5 or 6. I will show you the finished result when I'm done. Okay, y'all, I meant to show the steps of when I poured everything in here, but I get to daydreaming while I'm cooking, and I forgot. But this is how it looks. Right now it's supposed to be simmering. I need to put that lid back on it, but this is how it looks with it all together. The onions, the diced tomatoes, the Fairlife milk and the coconut milk, the lentils, obviously, and the ginger and the garlic, which I put in with the butter, and then the onions. And then once those cooked, I poured everything else in with a little bit of water. And I used all those seasonings, and I'm cooking the ground chicken now. And I actually tried something different. All the seasonings that I typically put in here, I am putting in the ground chicken as well, just to give it some more flavor. Sometimes it tastes a little bland, the chicken, so I'm like, let's get some seasonings on this bad fella here. But this is how it looks. I meant to show it earlier, so sorry about that. But I am letting it simmer for about 20 minutes, and then the last 10 minutes I'm gonna add the chicken and let it sit for the last 10 minutes, and then that'll be it. I have put the chicken in. I do not know how that splattered all over there, but okay, I'm a little messy of a cook. That's all right. So I put the ground chicken in. It's been 20 minutes. So now I'm gonna let it sit for another 10 minutes, and then it'll be done. This makes about 5 servings, so I'll eat a serving today, and then I'll put the other 4 in containers, and that will be it for this meal. All done, and I've put them in my prep containers. The one in the bowl I'm gonna eat tonight, and these will be for the rest of the week. So really good. Again, I feel like the camera doesn't do it justice, but it is really good, very tasty. So here is my coconut lentil curry. Y'all, I'm not a food photographer. I will say it again. So it might not look very appealing, but trust me, it tastes delicious. It's still kind of hot, so I'm like holding it carefully. But that is it. You can see the tomatoes and the chicken, and obviously lentils, they look like lentils once they expand. So as the coconut lentil curry, I will put up the macros, so the calories, the protein, fats, and carbs for this meal. And yeah, I hope you give it a try. And if you do, please comment down below and let me know how you liked it. All right, bye. Have another dinner meal idea. This is one that's on rotation. It's also one where I'm trying to bump up the protein a bit, because this meal for 1 serving, it doesn't really have a lot. I think maybe 17 grams. So I'm trying to get my meals to be around 30 plus grams of protein, 30 at the minimum. So, but for this one, it is ground turkey. It's about almost a pound of ground turkey. The edamame, that is the new addition to this meal. Edamame has a good bit of protein in it. For that whole bag, it's 18 grams. And then I typically put a can of sweet peas and carrots. I have the can just because I'm lazy and it's quick to just open the can and dump it in there. I have this really big bag of riced cauliflower. I'm not going to use that whole bag. I'm just going to use a portion of it. And then my go-to seasonings, y'all already know, garlic powder, onion powder, black pepper, and salt. And then this all makes about 4 servings, so I have my meal prep over there. But yeah, I'm going to cook the meat. I'm going to put the edamame in the microwave, and then I'll put the cauliflower. And then when the meat's done, I will put all of the vegetables in here, and it's just like super easy. Super easy. Love it. Okay, so the meat is cooked. Peas and carrots are up in there. Cauliflower and the edamame is the green on top. I did buy the shelled edamame, so I had to unshell all of these, so that was very tedious and annoying. So I don't know, I might have to find some other protein alternative for this. Maybe another meat. Oh, you know what? I meant to put an egg in here. Man, I guess I could still cook one. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just add an egg and put it in here. Yeah, I might add 2. And just to bump up the protein a bit. Okay, so I added 2 eggs, 2 scrambled eggs, and then I just put a bunch of seasoning, some more seasoning on everything, and I'm about to turn the heat back up and just blend it all together. And then I'm going to put it in my little meal prep bowls, and that will be it. Okay, so here it is, the turkey, peas and carrots, edamame, cauliflower rice, and eggs. That all made 4 servings. So yeah, very quick, simple dinner idea. Pretty much some meat and mixing together a bunch of vegetables. So simple and it's tasty. So there you go.